This is my starter house. Pretty cute, right? And this is a little store I built. This area is starting to look pretty good, but if you zoom out, you can see that we have some big issues. In the last episode, I built all of these farms and they're very useful, but also very ugly. My goal for this series is to create an immersive world full of villages, story, and custom terrain, which means that I have to do something to cover up these farms. Now, to cover up these farms, I want to build a mountain along this entire shoreline here. And I also want to terraform this entire little strip right here, so I can keep this natural bay area that's formed here. Now, this project is exactly the reason why I built all those farms in the last episode, because it requires a ton of blocks. Now, you can mostly ignore the 490 shulker boxes of stone, because most of that is from the natural terrain that was already there, but I'm still gonna have to gather some of it. Now, I think the hardest block out of this list is gonna be all of these dead brain coral blocks. Now, I could just go to a warm ocean and mine them all up by hand, but I'm way too lazy for that. So I think I'm gonna start gathering some other blocks, and hopefully a wandering trader comes along who can sell me some coral blocks. So let's start with this stone right here. I don't think I'll need a whole lot, and I might actually already have some in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 shulker boxes of stone. I think that's actually going to be enough already. So let's use this area right here to place down my shulker monster. Now, before I gather the rest of these blocks, let's go back a few weeks to when I was in the designing phase for this episode. I'm currently trying to make the next episode, and I need some inspiration. Now, I don't really live very close to the Mediterranean, but I'm just gonna drive around my area, see what I can find, and maybe I'll feel inspired. Now, in case you guys weren't aware yet, I'm trying to build a massive Mediterranean-inspired area in my world, filled with beautiful beaches, epic cliffs, and lively towns. But since I'm not a very confident builder yet, I will do anything to find inspiration and reference images for my builds. I think I found a pretty nice spot. I'll see if I can walk around here for a little bit. Well, it may not be the Mediterranean, but it's still really, really beautiful out here. I mean, just look at this. This tree is beautiful. Oh my God. I mean, again, there's just one of these perfect, beautiful, picturesque trees. This is really making me want to build and build some terrain like this specifically, but I don't just instantly want to move on from my Mediterranean project already. That would be a little too quick. So maybe when I've made a bit more progress, I'll start at a different area and make something like this. All right, now that we've had that little break, let's get back to material gathering. All right, now for the next material, I think I'm gonna need about 6 shulkers of andesite. And yeah, this is all I've got right now. Now, I'm not just going to mine andesite. I actually want to craft it, because if you look it up in the recipe book, you can see that you can craft andesite with a cobblestone and a diorite. And you can craft diorite with cobblestone and quartz. Now, I happen to have a stone farm right there, or cobblestone farm if you use a non-soak Dutch pickaxe. And if we go into the nether right here, then you can see I have a giant gold farm. And right under that, I have a piglin bartering farm. So I want to use those 2 farms to get both my andesite and my diorite. Okay, I AFK'd at my bartering farm for quite a while, and I got 4 shulker boxes of quartz, but it's still not going to be enough for all the diorite and andesite that I will need. So I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of mining by hand as well. So I think it's time to kill a couple withers. Now, I have all the materials here to spawn all the withers, but I want to create the ultimate wither killing weapon. I already have a smite 4 sword here, so I want to see if I can make that smite 5. If I just craft another sword here, and then go over to this village where I have my enchanting setup. Let's see, can I get smite? Okay, I probably want to get whole bunch of levels first, so I can just grab 2 stacks of iron blocks and then go up to the shop to trade with the toolsmith. Okay, surely 53 levels is enough to get Smite 4. Can we get it first try? No, just looting. I swear, whenever you don't want Smite, you always get it. But now that I'm actually looking for it, it's just impossible to get. Smite 4, there we go. And let's get a mending book too. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay, so let's put mending on this one. And then let's combine these 2 together for another 15 levels. Smite 5, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. I think that's all I need. So let's find a nice spot underground. I'll just dig down right here. Now, I'm intentionally going down to the deep slate level to kill the wither instead of, you know, another place like maybe the end fountain or the nether roof, because this will allow me to get a bunch of deep slate that normally I would have to mine by hand. And even though I don't really need it for a project right now, it'll be really useful to have in the future. Look at this, I'm already finding some diamonds on the way. How far have I mined so far? Over 150 blocks. Can I see the end? I can still see the end. Now, I want to go really far because 40 withers is a lot. And I think even with the Smite 5 sword, it's still going to take a little bit to kill all of them. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of room in my tunnel. Okay, I feel like that's far enough for now. So let's throw some of these blocks away. And let's save the valuables. All right, here we go. Let's spawn the first wither. Oh my god, it's going to be so loud. Let me turn the audio down a little. Wow, that's really fast with the Smite 5. Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be so easy. And that's 40. And look at this, got 47 diamond ore and also 3 diamonds. All right, I got some glass for my villagers. And now I just need to grab some obsidian from my bartering farm. There we go. I want to get the exact right amount. There we go. Oh my god. 40 beacons. I'm pretty sure this is the most amount of beacons I've ever had in a single world. With the beacons in hand, I was able to mine the rest of the andesite and diorite, and I continued to collect the rest of the blocks. Okay, I gathered pretty much all the resources I'm gonna need except for one, and that is the brain coral block. Now, I don't actually think I'm gonna need 3 shulker boxes like it said in the material list, but I'm still gonna have to gather maybe like 10 stacks or so, so that's gonna take a little bit. Okay, I think that's everything gathered for the mountain, or at least for the base texture of the mountain, without any like foliage or trees added. Hopefully this is enough, because it took me quite some time to collect all these resources, but let's start building. Alright, I'm starting to run a bit low on grass blocks, so I just want to take a step back. Wow. That is pretty awesome. I do notice that I've missed some blocks here and there, I'll make sure to look around the entire build at the end to see if I missed any blocks. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that I've made so far. But like I said, I'm starting to run low on a couple of resources, specifically grass blocks. I already restocked like once, grabbed like 2 extra shulker boxes of grass, but it's still not even close to enough. I need a lot more than I thought. So I'm probably just gonna refill these 3 shulkers again and then see how far that gets me. I might also get a bit more stone because I only have a little over a shulker of that. I think for all the other resources, I'm probably good. As you see, I still have a bunch of diorite and a site, a lot of the wood blocks. So I think I'm good on all of that. But yeah, really good progress so far. Now I just need to gather a couple more blocks and keep going. I also hear a lot of mobs, so I should probably light up this area at some point. Yeah, we'll get to that. After I gathered some more grass, I decided to quickly light up the area over which I would be building, and then it was back to placing blocks. Now this is the biggest project I've ever done in a survival world, and you can see how many days are passing in these time lapses. So if you're enjoying the video so far, I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and maybe even subscribe so you can follow along with this journey. Wow, that is already looking so good. I mean, of course I planned this in a creative world beforehand, but seeing it in my survival world right now just feels so much better. I mean, just look at this shot. That is absolute cinema. But we are not done yet, as I still have to add a bunch of the foliage and trees that are gonna cover up this mountain, and I think just really tie the whole place together. So let's gather even more resources. Dude, I've reached flow state. I've been doing this for like 40 minutes now. I'm in a trance. This is so awesome. Peak Minecraft gameplay right here. Okay, I think I gathered all the materials. I feel like this should be enough. This grass was so annoying to collect, but we got there. I also should have all the materials for the trees right here. I feel like this leaf litter is going to be really annoying to place down though, because as you can see here on the schematic, you got like different amounts, different stages of them. Like you have the singles and then the doubles and the triples and the full blocks. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do all of that manually with almost 3 shulker boxes of leaf litter. So that's gonna take a little bit, so we better get started. Okay, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. That is just so cool. Oh my god. And now that you guys can see what kind of look I'm going for, I want to talk a little bit about my plans for the future of this world. First, like I said, I want to build a huge Mediterranean-inspired area along this entire coastline right here. I think we have a really cool natural bay where I can build a bunch of custom terrain and towns all over the place. Now, if we follow this river right here, eventually we're going to end up in a really nice plains biome where I think I want to build that terrain that I was walking around earlier in the video. Eventually creating a massive world connected by roads and rivers where you could just walk around and enjoy the view everywhere you go. Now, something else I've been thinking about is doing some buildstone in my world. And if you've never heard of buildstone before, it's basically this concept where you include redstone contraptions in your builds to make them come to life. Now, I think this could be a really cool way to add some more life to my world, and maybe I could even do something with note blocks, where like you'd hear a certain sound if you walk into a new area. Now, of course, all of this is going to take a really long time because there's only so much one person can do. But if you guys have any cool ideas for my world, I would love to hear them down in the comments. Now, with all this being said, I'm going to end off the video here. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.